But same I tell artists, you know, it's not my job to get you on Rap Radar. It's my job to, you know, get you to Elliott Wilson or the B-Dot, and then now you got to deliver. It's not up to me.
But see, that's the key, and that's what I want to differentiate. You know what I mean? Because now, so here's the thing. You know, me being in the game, you know, the artists always get to me, man, I need this, I need that, and so on and so forth. But if I get a good, right? Because now I want to break the PR game down from the publicist game to public relations. You know how this goes.
Oh, yeah.
They'll ask a bevy of different questions, right? And then when they get in that situation, they call me back. But yo, he or she is supposed to, right? Mm-hmm. They supposed to get me a world star. They supposed to do this. They supposed to do that.
Absolutely not.
Help us understand, right?
What a publicist does.
Right.
All right. So my number one spiel, any new artist calling me, there's a couple of things that I ask them. Mm-hmm. Number one, have you ever worked with a publicist before? Mm-hmm. And that's not to gossip. That is, I need to understand the level of understanding you have about what it is that I do. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I can tell you right away, if you said yes, you've worked with a publicist before, and I ask what happened? What was the issue? If you tell me who you work with, maybe 9 times out of 10 I can figure out if it was the artist or it was the publicist. But you know, I say that to say, because a lot of the times, you know, they're quick to throw their other publicists under the bus. And I have to say, I would stick up for my fellow publicists.
Of course.
If I, you know, not only knew them, but understand, okay, well, what were your expectations? One thing we like to say at Legion is you have to, we don't make the news, we publicize the news. Mm-hmm. So you can't call me 1 month and say, Chanel, what's going on? No, I need to call and ask you or, you know, or your manager what's going on. And
right.
I might be shooting myself in the foot here, but before you think about having a publicist, you need to think about having a manager. Not that I.
Why do you think that though?
No, because here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you gotta crawl before you walk. You
Mm-hmm.
need a training wheel, and I'm not your training wheel. I need you to come
good,
polished though. Before you come to me.
This is good though.
So if you don't have anything going on, there's nothing for me to publicize. Meaning, a lot of emerging artists come to us, and you know, the only thing they do have going on is their music. Their videos, their content is their news. I say this all the time. Someone like Jim Jones or Joel Ortiz, or you know, God rest the dead Chinks, or even you know, some of the ones that we work with now, you know, whether it be Chrisette Michelle, whoever, mm-hmm. they could not have a song out for 5 years and still have the brand power enough to keep us busy with content and with different partnerships, different alignments, you know, mm-hmm. whether it's Jim, you know, partnering with a football team,
right.
or, you know,
right.
or Chrisette partnering with a beauty brand or some cosmetic line or whatever. All of these things are news. Emerging artists don't have that capability yet. Some of them might. Some of them, you know, might see the vision already and already start to align themselves with an upcoming brand. You know, their mans and them got a t-shirt line or something like that. And now they're the ambassador for that thing. And that might be, you know, and of course the masses still won't care enough, but it might care enough for your local media outlet. It might, you know, if you're in Brooklyn, and you know, a lot of the times there's a bunch of different local Brooklyn papers that you might not know about, but trust me, the community does, and you got to start somewhere, and your community is your fan.